Well, hello everybody. Got off work. I would have loved to go live throughout the evening, but you got to work and you can't be doing that. So I want to give big updates here. Big updates. Trudeau breaks 7 hours ago. Lineups start with trucks. Gone. They back down. They cancel the mandate. Trucks go through. People driving. It was spelled out for him. It's a disaster for absolutely all small and medium-sized businesses. Lunatic liberals quickly recant, backtrack, cancel. More than that, there's so much to go through. Vaccine mandates for groceries, they quietly removed that. And I'm going to go into that tomorrow about what that means when we talk about endemic, as I talked about this over the Christmas holidays. Something's happened. I wish I could share it with all of you right now this morning, but because it's for me and what I'm doing, I can't because I can't take a chance that it'll get ruined. People are going to be upset. That's the breaks. I'm taking my opportunity. I'll let you all know exactly what that is. 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. Much more than just the trucking, as was clearly stated by great American experts, good friends of mine. It's been well written and articulated for many weeks, like I said. They knew. I've researched for Bloomberg, sent in many great Zooms, great doctorates in economics, people who actually deal with supply chains. Trudeau's little assault there was only going to hurt not only working people, but absolutely all citizens and absolutely small to medium-sized businesses. Let's be real, it's them who suffer the most when supply chains are interrupted. The big guys, they can get their own trucks, they can handle it. The little guys, they get one or two trucks. They deal with what they can get. Trudeau could clearly see that would destroy him in his role as Prime Minister. It's too bad he didn't stick to his guns. Maybe a rude awakening, but who wants to see people suffer? More than that, there's lots to go through. Like I said, New Brunswick specifically, they had a mandate saying that no, on uncertain terms in health, in their act, that groceries could refuse people unvaccinated. They removed that. They've removed it. And you know what? Other provinces are following suit. We have Quebec issuing vaccination mandates with taxation. I'm not overly against that. However, if vaccines are not made available for the protocols people chose, and the government's mandating that you must mix vaccines, he's got another thing coming, but it's his constitutional power. They're going to grapple with that. Apparently thousands and thousands registering for shots. We'll see what comes of that. But with that being said, clearly now it's an endemic. I can tell you all, these first 2 weeks back at work, lots of people sick, lots of co-workers. I am certain many Canadians are dealing with this. Those vaccinated, at most a head cold, triple boosted, a head cold. I know double vaccinated, sore throat. That's it. 5 days back up and running, back to work. Already got it at my work now. That's reality. It's an endemic. Canada doesn't want to admit it. Your filthy autocrats don't wish it to end. Worse than that, we have the socialist side of anti-vaxxers saying, oh no, we can't discriminate against anybody. Universal health care, and even the Liberal Party of Canada, protect universal health care. At whose expense? The working class? At whose expense when all kinds of serious surgeries are cancelled? It's ridiculous. It's now an endemic. If you are a Canadian who chose not to get vaccinated, that was your choice. Good or bad, you live with the consequences. But you can't, in good conscience, if you end up in hospital for long COVID, which the numbers are out, many are. ICU and long COVID, many are unvaccinated. A small amount of the population, an overwhelming amount of the population of hospitalizations and ICU. You will find Liberal friends and NDP friends on this file saying, we have to protect universal health care. We have to make sure everybody gets it no matter what, not at everybody else's expense. We allow people to be gluttonous, gain all kinds of weight, eat as much as they want, destroy their hearts, gain weight, restrict their arteries. They end up in a situation where a vaccine couldn't save them if their life depended on it. That's an issue. There's no tax for that. Why is there no tax for that? I'm a smoker. There's a major tax for that. There's drinking. I drink. There's a major tax for that. The government says I must pay exorbitant amounts of money on those products because I'm a health risk. But they don't seemingly seem to think it's important in a pandemic for anti-vaxxers or for people who gluttonly gain weight beyond all measure by consuming as much as readily as available to ruin their hearts, their arteries, and everything else. Going over and above stroke, heart, everything else. And then becoming type 2 diabetic and then becoming immune compromised. Nobody talks about that. There are many we can go through. I'm just stating to varying degrees. The biggest thing now, beyond that we have to look at is the endemic. And I'm going to tell everybody, it is still an endemic. You will find the head of health for the United Kingdom underneath Boris Johnson, who led the vaccine creation for UK. You all saw AstraZeneca, 1, 2, and boosters and everything else is now backtracking. They're accepting a lot of work like myself and many other smart people out in the world. That's reality, folks. Backtracked completely, are now adopting from gotta mandate vaccines, gotta make people do this, gotta restrict everybody, gotta mask everybody, gotta social distance, to now accepting the reality. This is an endemic. If you chose not to get vaccinated, there must be a cost to bear with that. Just like smokers, just like a lot of other sins in society. You chose it, you're going to have to pay for that. If you fall susceptible, there's got to be costs associated with that. We can't be buying people mortgage-sized condos or brand new, fully loaded vehicles in health costs in just a month or two in critical care, ICU, and long COVID rehab. We can't. You can't ask your fellow citizens to pay in a public socialist system for that when there's a way to correct that. Now, I'm going to tell you, lots and lots of people at work, head cold, triple vaccinated, at most a head cold, double vaccinated, at most a sore throat. That's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. We're seeing it in large numbers. You'll all see it too. UK shifting gears, top health officials shifting gears to now targeting those who are immune compromised. Reality is, folks, if you get tested and you're in that class, there's more than enough data now. We have to start addressing that there's a percentage of the population who is immune compromised. They need to protect themselves. They need to disclose it at work. Have a handicap sticker like all kinds of people who have parking. I'm sure society can get used to people in a store walking around with a mask or whatever, face shield or bubble suit, whatever they want to choose to protect themselves. But you can't mandate everybody to protect that minority group. I'm sorry, you can't. It's not sustainable. It's ridiculous, out of control, extreme socialism. We can't destroy small and medium businesses. And I'm going to get into a major video tomorrow. A major video. Again, I can't disclose it today because I may ruin tomorrow. And I'm not going to do that. Something's happened for me. It's great, but at the same time, it is going to get backlash. But I'm going to disclose that tomorrow, and I'm going to go through the absolute endemic. I'm going to go through it as I've got it now in its entirety. And I'm going forward, and we'll see how everybody reacts. But, you know, I'll explain it as best I can tomorrow. I hate to end on that note, but it's coming. 4:30 p.m. Eastern. I have a major announcement. I just don't want the floor to fall out on me from now to then. I'm not going to make it public, but it's just a major heads up. Thanks all. Share the video. It's important. It shows just how the autocratic crown system is garbage in Canada. I have much to release tomorrow. You're going to see it. Thanks. Bye now.